sure. But like I was telling bro, like just like life path, you know what I'm saying? Like just being yourself, like just individuality, like standing out as you. It's like that's the easiest for real. Like I feel like that was if I knew about individuality and how deep that was, I probably never went to prison. I can honestly say that. Like if I was just like not so curious as to like, you know what I'm saying, who I was and what I was here to do, if I was more like for sure like kind of guided, I felt like I'd have been better off, or I would have never seen prison.
What time period did you realize that though? Like was that like while you was in prison?
I realized that after prison.
Or after prison.
I realized that I've been out December 29th, 2021. What up, cuz? What I get out, 21?
Where remember it?
Huh?
Where remember it?
That was the last bottle? Oh, it's in the refrigerator. In the fridge in that red and black lunchbox.
I'm about to get ready.
All right, that's cool. That's cool.
Huh?
If you can. But I realized
Fatherhood.
that. Yeah, fatherhood. Daddy
Fatherhood.
duties.
Fatherhood.
But yeah, man, I realized that I want to say about a year after I got out of prison. I'm almost 2 years in, man. December 29th, man, it'll be my second year home. So, you know, I've been home about a year and a half. I realized that, man, about a year and a half, yeah, about a year. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's being you solidifies you. You know what I'm saying? It give you a placement, and it's not only just like it's a true placement. Like, you know what I'm saying? You get a true, absolute placement of who you are and what you is. You know what I'm saying? Take it like no, it's in the red lunchbox and it's in the refrigerator. But it's like take it for instance, you know what I'm saying? You got great football players, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna say Mike Vick. You know what I'm saying? Mike solidified himself as Michael Vick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's no other Michael Vick in the NFL. There's no other, you know what I'm saying? We all know Vick for being Vick. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like a broad spectrum, because the NFL is made of 11 players on the field, so you got 22 dudes at all times out there. That's kind of special. That actually would. But those are like examples of people that, you know what I'm saying, I'm staying on this path. This is who I am. You know what I'm saying? This is what I would like to be a part of, and I see myself as that. You know, growing up, and I wouldn't even say like Black America, like under the poverty line. You know what I'm saying? It's if your mom at work 8 to 12 hours a day, your dad not in the house, who babysitting? You know what I'm saying? We barely got enough money to pay rent. So it's
Was it like that for you?
Yeah, and like let alone like, man, I grew up. It was just me and my 3 other siblings in the household. My mom, you know what I'm saying, single mother, living in Dayton, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? And if you know Dayton, Dayton rough. You know, it's just like any other big city. You can Cleveland, so like, you know what I'm saying, it's tomato. You know what I'm saying? So it was like you worry more about surviving than like being who you are. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying like it's more like each one to each one, man. I had to grow up with my sister. You know what I'm saying? My 2 little brothers. So it was like we gotta fend for each other. My mom at work, not knowing, you know what I'm saying, like the severity of nobody being around to guide us into nothing. Cause now it's like when my mom do come home from work, she resting. She gotta get back up, go get some money to pay the bills, pay the rent. Nobody's looking out. So after a certain period of time, you know what I'm saying, who signing me up for football? Who signing me up for basketball? You know what I'm saying? Who coming to the games? Who making sure that I'm out actually shooting my free throws and you know what I'm saying, running my drills?
Potential? Who's seeing the rise?
Helping shape my potential and mold my potential? You know what I'm saying? Who's seeing where I am? Which like man, thank God, you know what I'm saying, the universe. I had a couple people that was like my grandmother, like she and my mom, you know what I'm saying, she did what she could, but after she seen like You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too much help, but like my grandma bought me like pots and pans and cookbooks and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, when I was a kid, you know, just to like help mold my potential or like to see who I would like to be. Like, you know, this, okay, he into cooking, he wanna be a chef, you know what I'm saying? So like all my fun stuff that was like supposed to be considered fun, it was like when they went to go buy gifts and stuff, it was like more so they knew that I really didn't have time for fun right now. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to figure out who you're gonna be
right.
now, because like, you know, look at the family function. We don't own nothing, you know what I'm saying? We don't got our name on nothing, Dre. Like it ain't Conley's and company such and such. You know, I did. So like I'm really like one of the first ones like out of my family that actually won't have something. You know what I'm saying? And like get something. You out of here, yeah.
Oh shit.
No, you could. You ain't lying. Tell cuz I got her. All right, thank you. But yeah, it wasn't all my fun, you know what I'm saying, was packed in the get your life together. You know what I'm saying? It was like you know, I'm supposed to be playing with Christmas toys. What y'all get for Christmas? It was like more so like, I got art pads and little different colored pencils and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it was like they seen the artistry in me, and they also seen like, you know what I'm saying, the passion for like the food, but it really wasn't like a lot they could do. And if they did decide to do what they did, I only understand now as an adult the detriment line. Like, yeah, I got the money to give to you to go do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that I can't. I gotta pay bills. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure I got so like it's just like a little different stuff. Getting grilled at school about your shoes, about your clothes. You know, like another child doesn't understand that I'm wearing this because this is what my family can afford. It's not my fault that my mom can't, you know what I'm saying? She got them, but yeah, it ain't my fault my mom can't afford, you know what I'm saying, no Jordans every release date, you know what I'm saying, like your mom or dad, you know what I'm saying? Your dad might have sold dope. I didn't have my dad, you know what I'm saying, day for day in my life, you know what I'm saying? Nobody around me selling no dope, she got them. There wasn't nobody around me selling no dope, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, but I always did a street life, and I seen it was in my environment, you know what I'm saying? And then like the environment plays a lot, you know, if the rates of rent, man, but this is all knowledge that I'm learning like now, like in my latter years, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm 26, so it's I'm understanding, trying to find a home, you know what I'm saying, house rates, you know, my mom can't afford no $2,000 in no rent, you know what I'm saying?
So let's take it back one time though, like when you start getting into the street life and you start like saying, okay, I gotta adapt to this mentality, did you stamp your own morals and principles? Did you come up with like a way that you was gonna do this and how you was gonna do it? Because you know, like most guys, they just jump off the porch and you know what I mean, and they dive straight in it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Did you look back and sit and watch cats that maybe, you know what I mean, was moving a certain way that you was like, okay, I could do this and put myself in a position for my family where I could buy the sneakers that I want, you know what I mean, and the fits that I want, but I know I got to do it this way. Like, did you analyze that?
I had a couple people I idolized like growing up, like my Uncle Dexter. You know, he that was taught me actually how to, you know what I'm saying, mow a lawn. Like I grew up with different stuff. I had morals and ethics, you know what I'm saying. I grew up with all my elders, you know what I'm saying. I grew up with my great aunts, and this my mom aunt, you know what I'm saying. They all older, you know. My cousins and them growing up was all grown, you know what I'm saying. Like right now, man, my youngest cousin I kick it with probably 35. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm 26, so look at the age difference. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no 20-year-old hanging out with no 11-year-old. So like I had a few different people like I idolized, like the maintenance man, Mr. Washington, man, real suave dude, man. He was cool, always had painting. He was the maintenance man, you know what I'm saying? So but it was like he used to catch me, you know what I'm saying, after school off the bus. He used to come grab me. What's up, baby? Alright, you gotta call Tracy. I'm in the middle of something right now. Call Tracy. Me and Dre shoot some content. I'm in you call Tracy. She got yeah.
Okay, are you down there right now?
Yeah, no, I'm on Spring, huh? Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I love you. But yeah, man, I idolized, man, like, you know, Mr. Washington always came and got me after school off the bus. He'd catch me and see me like, man, your mom told me, you know, I seen you got some work for you, put you to work.
Right.
I used to be like, all right, cool. Like, at first it was like, but I'm like, shit, I know I could do it, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, all right, cool, how much you gonna pay me? Man, Mr. Washington used to pay me $50 every time I came out and worked with him, man. He came and got me two times a week. Man, dude had the nicest of everything I done seen, man, from the houses to the cars, walk around with a meat roll, man. This when I first had seen, he was the first person to show me a Blue Hunter. Man, first one to ever show me a Blue Hunter. Every person I ever seen walk around with a fat wad of Blue Hunters, like, in his pocket, man. I said, where all that money on you, Mr. Washington? Man, his skit was, in case he wanted to buy a house, you know what I'm saying? It's that, Ohio State key, but you could, unlock the top lock. But I came up with a moral set, and more so didn't have a plan. I had a
But like that's what I'm saying, like principles that you was gonna stand on, like getting out there in that field, getting out there in the game. You know what I mean? You know that it gets dangerous. It gets
I went through the really where really where a lot of my morals came from was I used to kick those. You know what I'm saying? Like on the young boy side, like we ain't really see nothing wrong with that. Like, but after a while, that shit wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I take your shit. I wasn't no thief. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'll take it from you. So after a while, I got shot doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, oh no, like I wasn't no bitch. It was just like that ain't smart and that ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of my morals and codes came from like trial and error. You know what I'm saying? Like but it also came from not. It came from like the lack thereof, you know what I'm saying? Like it was lacking stuff, like so it was like before I go without it, you know what I'm saying? I gotta figure out a way to. So, but it wasn't nobody there to tell me like it ain't cool, you know what I'm saying? I knew I could have went and cut some grass, rake some leaves, shovel some snow, you know what I'm saying? Seasons change. It's always a way to make some money if you think it. But it was like I didn't have nobody to take that and mold that, you know what I'm saying? So like I ain't gonna lie, when I was a little younger, the moral compass was kind of off. Like now that I think about it, just to, you know what I'm saying? But it was like lost, like I said, lost in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And by the grace of God, it didn't kill me.
What I'm saying? So what age was you when you like first experienced? Was it a juvie bit? Was it a juvie bit or your first bit was an adult bit?
My first bit was an adult bit. I got locked up as a juvenile for my first felony. I was a juvenile assault case when I was in school and a teacher. So that was like, but they only made me do like after like 2 weeks. So, but it was really like, it was real like bleak. It really wasn't nothing. But like my first like time doing some real time was like an adult. But I feel like my juvenile life kind of set me up for that. You know what I'm saying? It kind of set me up to fail. You know, like just the ways of what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like just the consistency of how much I was doing it. Like okay. We can see which way you going. You know what I'm saying? Like all the extracurricular activities was out the window. It was out the window. Shit, my mom, she could be off at work about 2:30 in the morning. I'm asleep. I go to school at 7:30. I get off the bus at 2:30. She got to be on her way to work at 2 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I see my mom probably twice a week. You know how I dig? Like unless she waking me up to whoop my ass for something we ain't did. So, but it was like. You know, it was
Did you have your first child before you went in? Or,
yep.
Like how many kids you got? Cause I see you.
Yeah, I got 4 kids. Yep. I got 4 kids. I got a 9-year-old. I got a 7-year-old, 3-year-old, 6-month-old. 3 boys and a girl. Well, 3 girls and a boy. Excuse me. Look, I wanted the other way around. I wish.
Yeah, and is it good now? You get it together, like what's the status? Figuring it out?
Yeah, I'm definitely figuring it out. The life I'm gonna live is big, you know. The life is definitely big, so it take more than the actual, you know what I'm saying, than what the actual person will actually think it does. But I am figuring it out though.
So you said you only been home what
year and a half.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
And out of this year and a half, what's been your I'm gonna say I want a 2-part question. What's been your biggest challenge and biggest challenge? What's been your biggest challenge?
Adjusting to a routine.
I think you should have that because we had routines while we was.
You would think, but it's totally 2 different worlds. It's not the same world.
Well, I mean, Explain
Well, I talk about well, actually, I come out like out here. You got total freedom. You got total freedom. You got total reign to do whatever. If you feel like you want to get up today, you don't want to do nothing. Shit, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? You want to quit your job? Yeah, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? And there's nobody to sit around and reinforce consequences and repercussions. It's what, as far as a bill,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But when you in the penal system, your life is already uniform for you. You know what I'm saying? The routine is made up for you. And if you better escape, I'm gonna call you. You know, your life is already ruled. Child being called, they waking you up about 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They shut down your activities for a while. You know, what's that 2 o'clock count, 2:30 count? You know what I'm saying? All the way into what is that? Dre, 3 o'clock
3
count
o'clock,
before,
4
yeah,
o'clock,
3
4
to 4. You know what I'm saying? They make you stand up. You know what I'm saying? I turn your light out at 9 o'clock.
So you
your
was
life-
programmed to a routine, basically.
I was programmed to plug
to a
into a routine. There we
right,
go. Yeah.
Versus you create your own routine.
Yes, because you got more freedom. Like I said, you got more freedom.
Okay, I get that part. And so you say that that's been your biggest challenge is creating a routine. Now,
Yep.
what's been your most productive thing that you have done since you've been out?
My most productive thing since I've been out, I would have to say, is building on my family. Just putting in more downtime. Actually being a little more articulate about how we go about things. You know what I'm saying? That's my most productive is minimizing the dysfunction in my family. I can say.
Do you now that you out here and you got this year and a half going, you know, you feel like you're getting momentum to do the things that you want to do, try to maximize your true potential, try to be the best version of who you want to be. In the process of doing all that, what do you feel like young men and young women and even anybody should understand about the severeness of coming home, trying to adjust, or not only that, just trying to prove yourself to where you with somebody, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need no validation, but just to be established, you know what I mean? Like, what barriers do you see, and what good advice can you give to get people that's going through that? You know, because there's a lot of young dudes, man, that they stuck in their ways out here. You know what I mean? They don't see they was like you, like, I gotta get it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see my potential. I ain't understanding it right now. You know what I mean? And you want to catch it before you go through that experience.
Yeah. Like I said, man, individualizing. That was like I said, like becoming an individual and solidifying like who you are. You know, that's kind of like the model. You know what I'm saying? You would like to play your role after, like, you know, like, let me be the best me I can be. But that takes like more groundwork. You know, that's just the banner for it. You don't really see the team who made it. So it's like, you know, like the steps you had to take is get some solitude. You know what I'm saying? Get solitude, ground yourself, and really see who you are. That way you will know the things you like to do, the things you're capable of, the things you're incapable of. You know what I'm saying? It gives you the best. Once you know those things, like once you work or kind of like focus on those areas, it gives you more option to be more you. You see what I'm saying? So like we know we all come at one aspect, and we like, you know, I might have been doing this forever. Like, I know I can do this, but you like, man, like, what's my other talents? You know what I'm saying? It's you would never know those until you really dig deep in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got some guys out here that's just that might be good at like this is my favorite thing in prison. I say, man, you lie so much, you know what I'm saying? You need to be some type of book writer or write some movies, you know what I'm saying? You got good movies, you know, write a movie script, you know what I'm saying? And you got the instigators, like, yo, no, you might need to be a commentator, you know what I'm saying? Something like maximize on your potential, on your time, and on yourself. You know what I'm saying? I really can't tell you a format on how to like maximizing yourself. Just focus in. That's all I can really like yourself.
My format I always go to, like, either, you with my book, it's Open Thoughts for a Closed Mind. Like,
Yeah.
you got to be open-minded to everything. You got to be open-minded to the people that not in your circle, you know what I mean? Because, like, life is like this. Like, it's meant to be experienced. It's meant to be traveled through the unknown, you know what I mean? We living in the place of the unknown, so understanding that, you got to know that some unknown things gonna happen.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? You got to know that. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So you got to be open-minded sometimes about people's opinions and, you know, being people perspectives, people ideas. You know what I mean? You ain't really got to buy into it, but just keep it an open-minded conscience, because if it's some dark shit, you know what I mean? You want to be knowing what this person's capability is and the way they thinking, you know what I mean? So you'll be able to survive out here and to protect your family, you know what I mean? Like, and even with somebody speaking on something that's, you know, a little bit more above of what you feel you can't articulate, it's still just try to be open-minded about it, because it may be the next big thing, like AI. You see what I'm saying? You know how many people probably heard somebody talking about, you know, doing this and putting this plan together, went open-minded to this shit, and now here it is, taking over. You see what I'm saying? Like, we look back now, we wouldn't think that we would be communicating like this through social media platforms, and, you know, it'd be so many different podcasts, so you got to be open-minded about these things, you know what I mean? So that's my go-to thing, like, to stay open-minded about everything and make sure the thoughts that I think about is serious thoughts and thoughts that's going to benefit me, and understanding that these thoughts can generate a lot of power if I put it to use. You see what I'm saying? Because anything that you envision, anything that you see, you're capable of obtaining and grabbing. You know what I mean? It may be a process, like you said. It may be some hurdles and all that stuff, but that's when the growth come in, of trying to understand and be open-minded about the stumbles, about the roadblocks that's in front of you. You feel what I'm saying? So that's my advice. Appreciate it, my guy. Ace Boogie, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Prison Before and After. I'm your man, Mr. A. Allen. Tap in. Hey everybody, thank you for watching another episode of Life Before and After Prison. That was my man AC right there, telling his testimony, telling his story, speaking on his piece. And this is what this platform is for, to give guys an opportunity to share with the world of the life that they done lived that led up to them to be incarcerated, and the life that they're trying to pursue outside of incarceration. I'm talking to guys that's still incarcerated, and I'm talking to guys that have been released for prison, and they all stories are different. Similar backgrounds, but different. And hey, I've been a product of this environment. I've been a product of that system. So you also get it from me. And what we want is, we want people to understand that you can change. We want people to know that second chances, if given, will be made the most of it if a person is willing to apply. And it can be done. It can be done. You know, some of us, like my guy George Brown, a.k.a. Bouchain, was saying that, you know, he was a child when he was locked up. He was 17 years old, and his development of his mind wasn't at a high level. It wasn't where not even a 17-year-old mind should have been. And that was because of the lack of certain things that was in his life. You know, he didn't grip the reality of the severeness of what he was doing until well many years after he was incarcerated. And so, and during that time, he utilized the tools that was in there to try to better himself while still trying to find himself as a man, because he was lost to the system. And so these guys' stories are very powerful. They're very authentic. They're very serious. And we appreciate everybody for tuning in. We just want to share some light on the percentage of guys that keep getting counted out. We want to share some light on the percentage of guys that don't get no chances. And we want to share some light on the percentage of the guys that you feel are very so-called
dangerous, and we're far from that. We some loving people, we some good people, and we are people that want to make change. So thank everybody for tuning in. Appreciate it. Have a blessed day.